I got for selling me clothes, tuppence for selling me blanket. If ever I list for the soldier again, devil shall be me sergeant.
Hi, good morning ladies and gents, over at Martin's place. Just going to do a how to make a video. I'm going to do it differently this time. I'm going to show you the finished object, and halfway through the video, if you want to see how it was made because you want to do one, then you'll be able just to continue on and watch the video. I've made something similar to this. First off, I was making a shelter pouch. Obviously I've given that away to somebody else. A very good friend took a shine to that, and I thought just make another one. So I was talking to Tim or Tank Tracks, and I'll put his a link to his channel in the description box below, maybe a sort of a week ago, and what he'd asked me to, he's got like an American sort of World War II type of might be Eastern European sort of canvas haversack, and he asked me about putting a strap on the side and a couple of bits. But the way I looked at it and he sent me some pictures, I thought it's just as easy to build one from scratch than deconstruct it and sew it up and so forth. So we've had a little chat, passed a few pictures of what he wants inside and that, and there's going to be one of these done for Tim, and I'll tell you why there. It's quite simple. The first MTFU meet in the car park as we was packing up, Mike Smith, he pulled out like a Polish bedroll type of thing, and Mike Smith has been after one of them for a while, so there was a bit of conversation, and Tim just give it him and wouldn't accept any money. And at that point there, I did say to Tim, mate, well, just kind of impressed and that, and if you ever needed something set up, mate, give us a shout, you know. And obviously, so I'm gonna make Tim one. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. All I want to show you here is just how it will attach to the back of a Bergen, the side of a Bergen, if I need it to. Though it's primarily a haversack, but it can take all my shelter kit if needed. Literally, I've done it so you can see, there's the top of your Bergen. At the back, which I'll show you, these straps go down there and it attaches to the back of a Bergen. Okay, I'll take it off now just to let you see how that works. And it attached. Nice big spider there. And this is the Bergen. I'm using this today, first time I've actually used it, had it a little while. Absolutely brilliant Bergen. I don't know, I might do a separate film on that anyway, but yeah, the right result on that, because that comes with an assault pack and with 60 quid. Right, ladies and gents, I'm going to bring you in a lot closer just to let you have a look at this. Right, ladies and gents, in between me changing shots there, absolutely fantastic, made my day. Supermarine Spitfire Mark 9 D-Day invasion markets, flew straight over here. Absolutely stunning, love that purr of a Merlin engine. Right, bushcraft haversack. So I said to Tim, I'll make one, and then obviously if you want it slightly different, just tell us. So this is for Tim and anybody that likes the idea of making your own stuff and so forth. Right, some dimensions then. It's 6 inches wide, 12 inches deep, and I've made it 14 inches along, and I'm really happy with that size of it. Okay, I've got loops at the top so I can attach bedrolls to the top, and as you'll see underneath there's another 2 loops there. Again, only come off the machine yesterday, so these need to be cut a little bit shorter, and I'm going to do another line of stitching just on this handle. But ladies and gents, what I did, I don't have all the molly stuff because it just gets caught off, drops off. I've put 2 belt pouches, seat belt materials there, and I'll show you what my idea for doing that is. Again, and the same on the other side. On that, as we open it up, there's a small little pouch there, doesn't need a thing, and that's where I keep my emergency fire kit, and I keep these all over the place. That's just inside there is a book of matches and a lot of the firelighters that I use, made out of mops and wax. But inside, to stop it, stop stuff dropping out, I've made what I will call a flap to go over. It goes like that, and there's nothing coming in or out of that sucker. Losing your kit is something you don't want to do. So I'm just going to start piling this stuff out now, because actually I use this to bring all my food over for an overnighter I'm doing. I mean, it's like a TARDIS inside. First aid kit, my kettles, my food, tins, all sorts of stuff. That's just what I put in there today. Now, I'll show you inside, but just from alongside. Inside there, as Tim just wanted, he wanted a Laplander saw on the inside, a little pouch for that. Again, I've got a Baco Mora knife. I bought that for a specific reason. And obviously on the other side, Tim, where you have a knife, I'll put my jacklaw in there, mate, and that's obviously you want that kept safe. And I'll show you, if you're not going to go and have a look at the actual making of the video, just the arrangements inside, if that makes sense. So I'll bring you back in a sec. Again, ladies and gents, had a little discussion of how I want things and everything in its place. Got a big massive space inside there. You've just seen some of the kits come out, but what I've done is there's some of this material that they make the assault vests out of. Managed to get hold of that. It is expensive, but I managed to get hold of a little of that. So I put two well, some sweeties in there now, big pouches there. That firebox will go in there. There's some admin kit in there. And again, we all know what that sort of size is, so they will quite easily go in there and there. Okay, and along the back, little while to work out how to do this, but there's two pouches. Again, first field dressing in one of them, and there's a couple of three of these. That will take a folding stove, because that was what I was talking about. Everything in its place, and everything has a place. But along the back here, I'll put some Velcro, so there can be a piece of sleep mat that goes in there, and obviously that's protection from your side. And when you stop, you can just open it up and take it out, use it to protect your body as you're walking along. And big fly in me there. That's the way I've worked out how to do that, and get the pouches on the back, like to sew them to them and then that to that. So I think it's like nice set of pouches on the inside to keep your kit squared away, and on the back. And as I say, it's got a nice shoulder strap. One thing I will do, and I always do with anything that goes around my neck, one side that will just click on, that's a normal ladder buckle, and here, so if I'm caught, if I'm fall down and it's around my neck and I need to get rid of it quickly or get it off me, I always, a good idea to do one click away button, and that's the one that's always going to be kind of facing forward. Right, so I'm just going to cut the little things I wanted to show you what I've done on the side, so I'll pack it up and then I'll bring you back, ladies and gentlemen. Right, ladies and gents, the sides I'm just going to show you now. Obviously when you get to wherever you go, you don't walk through the streets with this. With the old Moira clip, I mean, I know I've got loads of knife, but never hurts to carry a Moira. That will slip over there quite easily. That slips down over there. That Moira is not going nowhere, and obviously that's how I'd have it. So the knife's always there should I want to use the knife. Not going anywhere. I just think that's a good little use of the side. Okay, and when I turn it round to the other side, got exactly the same scenario, but here we have a Friscar's X7 pouch I made for it. Again, slightly less worrying to the civilians when they see that. On the back here, what I've got is an arrangement that I kind of made, so it's Velcro and it seals itself. Okay, so literally now I have got a belt loop there, so just give us a moment, bear with me. Military grade elastic at the bottom, made that easy enough to do, and with that I'll try and show you how it's sideways on, because this is a good way of attaching. I used to do this with me webbing pre-molly days. That goes under, top goes up. Ooh. So that's now looped on there, as we can see. Hopefully that's going to come out on there, and when I pick her up, that's how I would carry my axe, again at the back, so if I fell there's nothing. That's obviously got a sheath on it, and Moira at the side. I just think that's a good way of utilising the space at the sides. And there we go, ladies and gents. That's the old Mack Tightwood bushcraft haversack. Again, I can attach it to my Bergen, so there's dual use. Today I'm using it for carry all my food over here. A day on the machine. As I say to him, obviously you sorted like Mike out with a bit of kit, so if you want one of these made, mate, and they ain't these got to be a severe limited edition, ladies and gents, because they do take a while to make. It's not the cost of the material and stuff, like, which is, you know, this is brown 1000 denier Cadora and Ireland, so it's like Bergen material, and I like the brown and the green. I'll leave it there then. So I'll just say it's like 15 inches, 12 inches by 6 inches deep, if anybody wants to make one. And what I'll tag on the end of this is a short video of how I made and constructed it. So if anybody's into that, you're quite welcome just to continue watching the video if you want, and or if not, crack on to the next video, because not everybody wants to see me and how I do things. But yeah, ladies and gents, I'm ever so happy with that. Hasn't cost me a great deal, nothing more than the material, and apart from the time, which is, you know, as we all know, the most expensive thing, the thing that we don't have much. But yeah, my bushcraft satchel, haversack, or as Mrs. Tightwood calls it, your little man bag. Anyway, ladies and gents, I'll if you want to keep watching, there's a little bit on how I made the thing. But other than that, thanks very much for watching, and take care. Right, afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, rugby's on, not my thing, so what I've been meaning to do for a little while is make another, well, a bushcraft haversack. You'll have seen before me using this thing, the finished object, but again, those of you who want me to go into how I made it, if it's of interest to you, I'm just going to do a quick review. I've made this in much the same way as I made the shelter pouch, so I'll drop a link to that below the film if you want to go and see that. But in short, I wanted just to make something dual purpose, so I had the opportunity to make another one, because that first one, as we know, a friend took a shine to it, so I just shot it to him straight away, and I thought, well, I'll just make another one. So here we go. When you're thinking about dimensions, oh, you're going to be hearing the rain. It was got to be deep enough, well deep enough to take a Laplander and a knife. That's the chat I had with Tim. So in all honesty, it's 12 inches deep, 15 inches long, but obviously I've cut the material slightly over, so I've got an edge to go round when I sew the whole thing together. So that is actually 15 3/4 inches or 40 centimetres. So that's how deep it's going to be, and so how long it's going to be. And the top, that's going to be the top flap, that's 6 inches to match the bottom, which is going to be 6 inches, and there's more than enough there for me to actually do the top flap where I'll put my buckles to secure the front. So ladies and gents, as I always bang on about first, when you've got your flat piece of material, what you must do is sew everything on the outside, on the inside, before you put it together. So literally, I haven't done a great deal, but it's just a good point to bring you in. Basic shape of the material, I say 12 inches, 6 inches, and that's my flap, because this is the back, that's the top, and that's the front flap. Okay, I've put two, they're 50mm, but securing straps on the top, so therefore you can put some securing straps through both of them should you need to, and you can put a roll mat, a bungee, your waterproofs, just literally put a, you know, on the top there. There's a grab handle, and although this is going to be, as I've said before, a bushcraft haversack, satchel, whatever, what I've done, there's no reason why I can't do this. I've made two channels here by folding over the material. They're quite long, I'll tell you how long I made them, which was 8 inches and a tad over 4.5 inches wide, is in the same way as that shelter pouch. I can attach this to the back of a Bergen. There's the top shells, and the straps will go through there. That's the straps that does up the top of your Bergen. Again, you'll have already seen that, because I aim to put me demonstrating this as a finished product first anyway. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that's the back, the top and the flap. Right, and again I've got to do everything before I assemble the thing. Okay, obviously I've marked it out, and on the inside, not a problem, but something I wanted to surmount. So I've got 2 pouches there. There's a big military first field dressing, or there's a normal tin. Okay, we all know what that's like, so that can go in there. And there was a request just to make sure a folding stove would go on the. This is going to be on the back of the inside. Okay, what we're looking at the back of the inside. This is a pouch arrangement. So there's a Bushcrafty Essentials XL bush box, whatever they call it, and that nicely disappears inside there. So Tim, that's more than big enough for any stoves that you wanted to go in there. But what I want to do, and I haven't sewed this down deliberately now, I'm going to turn this around, make sure we're inside there. So there's that. So I've sewed it on a separate piece of material. I've sewed a piece of Velcro. This is how I've got round that, Tim. A piece of Velcro. And once sewn down, which is the next thing I'm going to do, you'll be able to slip some roll mat in there, which will give, it'll be sealed by the Velcro at the top, and that's your back. That's going to be the bit against your body. Piece of roll mat in there that literally can, because you want to get it in and out, you'll be able to pull the Velcro out, pull the roll mat out and sit on it if necessary. So that's my idea behind doing that, a little bit of inspiration. Bing, how am I going to do this? So ladies and gents, I thought about just sewing it and leaving it on, but no, I'm going to tack it around there, along the bottom and up the top there when I've centred it a little bit more. But bearing in mind, see, I've always left that little bit of overlay so I can sew the front to the back of the pouch. So there we are, ladies and gents. Securing straps so I can put it to the Bergen. Some straps so I can put a roll mat on the top, a grab handle should it needed be, and that will be the flap that goes down the front. Obviously some criteria me and Tim Tank Tracks talked about was he wanted to be able to get a Laplander in there. So I think if I turn this inside out first, put it right there. There's the bottom of it, and I'll show you the outside in a minute. There's one side, there's the other side. So this is internal pouch arrangements. Now this is the stuff, I've got a little bit of this, quite expensive, but I've got it reasonably cheap, but not a lot of it, is the mesh stuff they used to make the assault vests out of. So on that one side, we wanted to hide a Laplander, and again you can put other things in there just to show you the sizes. There's a Laplander and a it's actually a backhoe knife or a Moore knife in there. Okay, so, and it's well deep enough, and again along the back, just so you can size it up. If somebody, if you're building this set and you want 3 pouches, smaller ones do so, but again that one will take any type of folding stove. I've double lined that, so there's a piece in there. Literally I made a pouch and then sewed it on, if that makes sense. And again another one on this side. Remember, it's 6 inches by 15 by 12 deep, and there's a jack-raw knife that will quite nicely go inside there. So this is the inside. That is going to be the front, side and side. And again, all this needs to be done before you attach the pouch to itself. So again, this was one piece flat material. I've showed you how to do it, and you sew it up to make it a square box pouch by taking out a piece there, and that is on the, if you've never seen this video before or you've never seen me shelter pouch, I'll put a link in there. I'll show you in detail how to do that. But there's the bottom, ladies and gents, and again, no reason why not to. I've put a little bit of 50mm web in there. I do like the green and the brown, as I say, so if necessary I can slip some securing straps there, and you could have a roll mat, bed mat, you know, waterproof strapped on there, or indeed your poncho. So that's the inside side pouch, 2 big pouches and a side pouch. Now when we're looking at the side of the pouch, I'm not one for having all the molly and all that sort of stuff, because you just make the pouch an inch, 3 inches bigger, have it inside the pouch, not hanging off the side. But what I thought to do there was just to give you some options is when you're out in the field, and this will be facing towards me. There is my way of carrying a Mora knife, although this is a backhoe Laplander, exact sort of just different trade names, and that's perfectly well secure there. That will be, the pouch will be here, and that will be at the front part of it. Okay, at the side, the other side, what I've done, and you'll have already seen that, and again this is 15mm seatbelt material, and there's a bit of elastic there. I have the ability to open that up, that will go through there and then close up, because that just, this is a belt loop on there, and then that will slip through. So once it's on, it will be like that, and that will be at the back, the knife at the front of the pouch, or when walking in that direction, ladies and gents. So yeah, no reason not to have them too. I can secure the two different types of axes I've got. I always like to see these things. I made this. Doesn't scare the public, does it? Doesn't worry the horses. Right, so, and on the actual top there, there's the securing strap clip, and another one on that side. So as we turn around to look at the front now, we've already seen the bottom. Needs to be sewn on now because you won't get them on later on, is the top securing straps. And again, whenever you're sewing, make sure you get a paper clip and pin it in there, that way it doesn't creep underneath where you're sewing. So there's the two securing flaps. And just because I'm in love with these, my little fire starter tins, I've made one of them, and that doesn't need a thing on the top, it's not coming out, and the actual top of the actual bag will come down to there anyway, giving me a top. But yeah, I just lost a little bit of material. That actually come out from there, so just a little bit of reclaimed material, and inside there is the ability to have a little wicked mop head cleaning kit. Right, ladies and gents, so that's how it's formed up. There's the inside, everything needs to be done. I've got one bit of sewing up to do, and then once I've done that, I will turn it inside out. The next time you see that, and it is, you sew it out from the inside, I will grab that, sew that along there. Okay, that's the bottom. Then I'm going to go up the side, and you see where it's marked off. And then obviously up that side. That's making it, you know, I'm putting the back onto the sides and the bottom. And again, it's always done inside out. So the only thing I need to do now is go around, because I'm happy with this now, sew around that, but not at the top. So take care, ladies and gents, bring you back. Right, ladies and gents, done a bit of sewing. I've done the hardest thing, which I think, which is sew the back on, down there, and along the bottom, and then along the top. And you can see there's a small amount of overlay there. So if it's 15 inches, you need to make it just short of 16 to allow for that actual seam that you're going to sew around here. So, because you won't see it again, this is the back, and it's the inside of the pouch. The pouch is inside out, because that's how you sew it up. So here we can see there's a pouch for a Laplander, anything you want to put in there. And as we've already found out, Tim was looking to get rid of or hide a stove, foldable stoves. That's the biggest one I know, so I've sized it up for that. And when you're doing your sizing up, if you can get your things that you want, a lot of people say, oh, I want a pouch for a squirrel cooker, and I hate doing it like 25 by 5 and that type of stuff. But just so we know, this is the inside back, and what I did there, there's the Velcro, so there's another pouch inside there. Inside there I'm going to put a bit of roll mat, a bit of sleep mat, just for a bit of padding, and also when I want to, I can pull it out and sit on it and don't get a wet bum like I would do now, because it's raining out there. In fact, it's thundering here, which is lovely, clear the air a bit. So there's the back. Then we go round, we're looking at this side, and one of the providers that Tim wanted was a drop a Laplander in there. Again, so I'm just using something of a known sort of scale size. We go around, we've got the two pouches again. Again, drop a Laplander in one if you want, and a as I say, a stove will go in that one. So whatever you want to put in there, your brew kits, you know, your paracords, anything like that, okay? And that's double layered, and this stuff, the nylon that I make this assault vest out of, very, very tough material. Decided to do it with that. And as you'll see, this thing, it's got a green and a brown theme. I probably could have sent off for some brown 50mm webbing, but you know, I like that little contrast we got there. And as we know, on the other side, you've got a similar pouch that will take a Laplander, or you know, you want to hide your keep it out of public sight, the old whatever knife you've got. So that's it, that's the inside of the bag. That will be the back, side, front, and side. Let me look inside, because when you sew it up, it's back to back, okay? And what I did there, when I sewed this piece on, and again, there's all markings, round the back, down the bottom, and up the side. I've gone round there twice, because you won't be able to do it again. Don't skimp on the old cotton. And as you'll see, I've just brought the material in, maybe an inch either side, but I want it from there to come out. So when it closes, that's where my two front buckles are going to be, and what we're looking at there is the top, okay? All of which you have to do, as I keep saying, before you actually sew the pouch up though. So for the first time, let's hope I get it all right, and each part facing each other, because what I'm going to do now is go in and turn it inside out. So just give us a moment here. It's a tough old material, 1000 Cordura nylon, in the old bushcraft brand, as I probably would say, it's a bushcraft brand, mate. There you go. Your fingers and poke it in the little holes. Oh yes, we all like doing that, don't we? So ladies and gentlemen, there we go. My bushcraft. What I'm going to do now is size it up so they're in line with that. Two buckles on here, that'll accept the strap, the closing strap, and something I like to do, and there's the inside of it again, like I say, there's the front, there's the back. I'll have that's Velcro, so I can slip some sleep mat in there. Big old pouch, I reckon that's just about really what I like. So it's 6 inches wide, 14 inches long, and just a shy of 12 inches deep, and I think that's just about right. That'll go as my haversack, man bag as the wife calls it, or when I'm not using it for that, shelter kit, because as you see, it doesn't hurt. What I've done there is just put, that's where the retaining straps on your Bergen lid can slip underneath, and that'll attach it to the side of the Bergen, and that'll be a job done on that. Make myself a little shoulder strap, which is what I'm going to do now. Yeah, so there we go, ladies and gents. Something I did last time, the stuff coming out the sides, I'm going to do on the inside here, measure that, so my one will just be as wide as that. It will come halfway, and there'll be another flap this side that will come halfway and be joined by Velcro. That way it's sealed, cut over the top, and then that comes over. There ain't nothing coming out of that sucker. Last thing you want to do is losing the ear kit, and obviously that's just a really good way of keeping water out and keeping your kit safe. So I'll bring you back after I've done that, ladies and gents. Right, ladies and gents, another good reason to do a bit of sewing up. Well, it's up past 6 at night and it's raining like cats and dogs. So I've finished it now. So just to take you through it, I've put a few bits in there. I say this is Mark II Haversack satchel. Okay, loops for carrying, strapping to the top, Fastex buckles, closing the lid down. On the side, various attachment points for a moorer, and what will go in there, you'll have already seen it, is the axe. Other side, a moorer knife. Again, you'd not be having it out there when you're in public, just when you're deep in the fields. Again, very generous, 50mm, and then it goes into 25mm. buckles. Now if you're having something around your neck, you slip over, I always believe you've got to have a quick release buckle. So there you go on that. And I love hearing the rain, but it's probably coming out more than this. The only other things on the back, which when I get a moment, I'm going to cut a piece of roll mat to go down inside there, inside the Velcro pouch. But as you'll see, there's two channels that go all the way down there. They're not pockets. So if necessary, I can attach that to the back of the Bergen. And yeah, I'm happy with it. My missus has just called it a man bag, but wherever she goes, it's good. I'm very happy with it. As I say, it's 6 inches across, 12 inches down, and I think it was 15 inches long. I just think that's about the right size. So I'll have a little look inside now. Just bung some stuff in it. The last thing I did after putting the buckles on the front, which you've seen me do there, sew them on there. I'm going to scrub all the markings off. There's the old buckles on the top there. It's all done. Is put 2 flaps in there, so water can't come in the side and your kit can't really get lost once it's packed out. So there's 2 wings, shall we call them? Don't know. That come over. So you're putting all your stuff in. Bit of Velcro. Job done. That holds the sides in, and there's nothing coming in or nothing getting out of that sucker as well. So I think they're an absolutely brilliant idea, and you know, I'm building it to what I want. Obviously Laplander, there's a knife in this side, there's a tarp at the bottom, 2 litre water bottle which is exactly the same size as a 14cm billy can, my out kit, my first aid kit, there's, you know, field dressings, bush box, loads of these tins, just putting some stuff in it just to show you. He will be getting his first outing tomorrow. Yeah, job done. Very, very happy with this. Takes about a day. I've been on the machine most of the day, got to be honest. Materials, a good metre, and it's 1 metre by 150. Fedora nylon, under Fedora nylon. Ladies and gents, yeah, bushcraft satchel, another Mac tightwad creation. And if you start building yourselves, guess what? You can please yourself and do them how you want, ladies and gents. The old rain's coming down now, and the old light's getting out. So here we go, ladies and gents. This wall now, love the bushcraft brown, love the green bits on it. Wondered about that, but thought no, yeah, black and green and brown. Brown's a very underestimated concealment. I'm going to say camouflage because it just looks like a square brown box, but concealment colour. So ladies and gents, there you go. There will only be one other of these made because, like I say, it does take a good while, and there's been a couple of times where there's been some swear words used as a sewing up and things ain't gone quite right. So on that, ladies and gents, take care and be safe.